Today I fucked up by telling my girlfriend the end game of solar system, causing her to have a panic attack. I was replying to a redditor on another sub about why diamonds are actually extremely common and why they're essentially worthless. I was on FaceTime with my girlfriend and she noticed I was typing a lot and asked me what I was writing. I start telling her about diamonds, how they're formed, where they come from and so on. My mind begins to get sidetracked as it always does, and I talk about the different types of stars and how they die and what the fate of our sun will be. As she starts to worry about the end of life in our solar system, I get sidetracked again and try to reassure her that we don't have to worry about the sun swallowing Earth in its outer shell as a red giant because our neighboring galaxy Andromeda will already be merged with our galaxy, making it impossible for us to have a home here anyways. As my girlfriend digests this information, she starts to think of how humanity may end completely and how life and our existence is basically meaningless, which sends her into a panic attack, causing her to freeze up, have difficulty breathing, and start crying for about 5 minutes straight. Now I'm here, typing this up and trying to get her to relax at the same time by explaining how we are a relatively young species and have a long time to figure out a game plan, though I'm not sure if any of it is really helping. Too long didn't read. I told my girlfriend the sun will eventually burn out, swallowing Earth in the process and eliminating all life, causing her to have a panic attack and cry before bed. Do not tell her about the heat death of the universe. That one is sad. Really, no matter what, in the end truly nothing will matter. Heat death is coming for us all. I wish we ended in space contracting again and then a new beginning. Or we figure out how to spawn new universes we can somehow escape into. Fun fact, the merger of Andromeda and the Milky Way will have zero effect on the solar system. The chances of close stellar encounters in galactic mergers is incredibly small. Small like the odds of him having a real GF. That reminds me, when I was around 6-7 yo, and my little brother 2-3 yo, he asked me if we are going to die, and I said that we'll all die eventually. I was grounded because he cried for 2 days straight. XD. Lol, you were grounded because he cried? My wife has these same fears about death. Can't bring up old age and dying without her breaking down. I tend to avoid it, since there isn't anything I can say that would reassure her. Andromeda has a 0.000000000000001% chance to affect Earth. The gravitational center of the two will merge, making a new galaxy. Perhaps, I haven't done the maths, but the chances of a body actually impacting the solar system is tiny. The space involved is just too large. So, what you're saying is, there's a chance. Today I fucked up by removing my earwax blockage. Last Saturday, I woke up in the middle of the night. No big deal, but I immediately noticed something wrong with my left ear. I had no pain, but every few seconds I would hear a loud crackling noise in my ear. I have experienced an earwax blocking before, but I had never heard this sound before. This made me concerned, so I tried googling my symptoms, but to no avail. It's probably just an earwax blockage, right? I think to myself. I stuffed a cotton pad with olive oil in my ear to soften the earwax and returned to bed. After putting the cotton pad in my ear, the crackling sound stopped, but it was replaced with some soft ticking sounds. It made it hard to fall asleep, but eventually, I managed to drift off. The next morning, the noises in my left ear had stopped. Great, but there was still wax in my ear, because I could hear it move when I put pressure on my ears. Over the course of the next days, I tried to remove the ear wax myself. I put water in my ear, more cotton pads with olive oil, and I even tried to get it out with tweezers. I know I shouldn't have done that, but I was impatient and really wanted to just get the earwax out and be done with it. All these methods failed to get the earwax out, until today. I was once again stupidly poking around with tweezers inside my ear, when I finally managed to grab the earwax. Excited, I took it out and wanted to look at what my ear had just birthed. To my horror, the blockage in my left ear was not caused by earwax, but it was caused by what looked like a kind of tiny moth. This creature had somehow managed to climb into my ear at 2 a.m., caused me to wake up and couldn't leave my ear because of the cotton pad I had stuffed inside. I am still trying to process that I had a dead moth in my ear for half a week. Edit, thank you for the awards and for all of your own earbug horror stories in the comments. It makes me feel less unfortunate to have experienced this. Also, to answer a common question, I posted a picture of the moth in the comments and people have been asking how big it was. It looks pretty big in the picture, but it was only around a centimeter big. Too long didn't read, I thought I had an earwax blockage, tried removing it on my own, turned out it was a moth trying to make my ear its home or something. I'm never sleeping again. I'm sleeping with earplugs in. I fully expected it to be a cockroach. I was actually relieved when I got to the moth part. I was expecting a spider, but I guess they know well enough to crawl into your mouth. /no sleep. I've never had so many fucking feels just from reading something in my entire life. Chills, sweaty hands and feet, gag reflex, eyes watered and more I'm sure that I couldn't process. A bunch of years ago I was up late of AOL Instant Messenger. Yes, I'm that old. It's like 11:30 at night and the lights were all off except for the computer monitor. Well, a moth was flying around and flew up my nose. There was a moth in my sinus cavity. Oddest feeling I have ever felt in my life. It eventually died and I blew it out. It was a traumatizing experience. Today I fucked up by slapping the absolute clot out of my girlfriend. Girlfriend was about to take a shower, and was seriously getting her hustle on getting out of her kit. She was making proper fucking haste for the tub, and I realized that all her defenses were down. Note, in my household, bare asses are hunted down and terminated with extreme prejudice. I went for the mother of all ass slaps. It was completely undefended territory, and I was intending to create a masterpiece. I was aiming for that initial dull thwack and the resultant perfect, satisfying vibrato, complete with concentric as flesh ripples a la that glass of water in Jurassic Park. I made contact, and immediately discovered the reason for her hurry. My girlfriend was on the second day of her period. Learned the term arterial spray from Dexter, and have now found its southern companion. I was reeling. She was reeling. Did I say Bloody Mary 3 times in the mirror before spanking that ass? I couldn't remember. Fortunately, its trajectory as such was so that most of the menstruation creation spattered handily in the bathtub, including the clot, a penny-sized curd of uterine lining best visually described as Gumby's aborted cousin. Unfortunately, our bath mat did not escape entirely unharmed. Its cleaning was immediately and firmly relegated to boyfriend work. By the way, has anyone seen The Thing, 1982? Good movie. Doctor, slapped that ass as my girlfriend made a beeline for the shower. Blood. So much blood. Penny-sized. You got off easy, babe. No kidding. Wait for the apricot-sized. Once a clot came out while I was showering that was so big it wouldn't go down the drain. Frown. Just waffle stomp it. If my ass could be slapped so hard that my period ends in one gush, I'll bend over on day 1 and wait for it. LMFAO, thanks, you made my day. Haha, thanks. I ruined mine. Cold water gets fresh blood out with 0 stain. No soap needed. Just scrub the article with itself. And if you waited too long and water fails, a little dab of hydrogen peroxide on the spot will fix you right up.